PlanetSide 2 is finally ready for closed beta on the PS4, Blacklight Retribution changes development studios, MapleStory 2 shows off a brand new cinematic, and Heroes of the Storm is about to become a bit more public. What's happening, guys? James Blonde here with MMOHuts.com with a quick weekly recap for MMO news and announcements of the week ending January 12th, 2015. And finally, the news is back to normal and coming in quick, starting off with the much-needed news from Splash Damage and Nexon's free-to-play FPS, Dirty Bomb, recently becoming exclusive on Steam and lifting their NDA. We've been eyeballing this game for quite some time now, and for a while there, it was somewhat dormant, it seemed. First it was called Dirty Bomb, and then they renamed it to Extraction. And then they renamed it again back to Dirty Bomb, for whatever reason. I guess they can't make up their mind. For those of you who aren't familiar with the game, it's an objective-based shooter set in a slightly futuristic London where players have an array of unique mercenaries to choose from that offer various types of weapons and skills to make your overall loadout, which is in fact a cool way to go about it. And prior to transferring the closed beta over to Steam, the game has been in a very limited beta, but with the transition, they're starting to let a lot more players in, so it could be your lucky day. Still, the best way to get in is to sign up for the beta on their official website and hope to pick up one of the beta keys from a giveaway, if that's the route they plan on taking. Also on the shooter front, the time has just about come to see PlanetSide 2 on the PS4. Finally! Personally, I thought we'd see this a lot sooner, but the first wave of PS4 players set to deploy on Araxis will land on January 20th for its closed beta. Starting with a few thousand initial invites, the amount of players with access to the closed beta will steadily increase through the beta time frame. And I can say this will be a nice opportunity for players who don't have a powerhouse PC and do have a PS4 to play a FPS on an MMO scale and finally not have to worry about crazy optimization corrections all the time. Sign up for access on their official site. Beta starts on the 20th and the game itself will launch later this year. Next up, Red 5 Studios gives us a nice overview of Firefall's next major content update, which is set to include a new in-game zone, lots of new rare creatures to hunt, as well as some basic systems improvements. Starting with the new open-world PvE in-game area, known as Amazon Warzone, players will need to work together more than ever here to recapture bases, push back the melding, and maintain the steady hold against the ongoing fight with the Chosen. This area features a number of new encounters as well as some special and new Chosen enemy types. The new update will also include a series of new big game hunt encounters consisting of 12 rare creatures to hunt down that are a lot more challenging than their common counterparts. On top of all these new add-ons, some of Firefall's existing systems have a number of improvements and add-ons, including the reputation system, new loot distribution systems, and new range weapon modules. Check out the latest PTS video for all the details, otherwise expect to see the new changes towards the beginning of next month. Interesting enough, after 2 decades of game development, Blacklight Retribution's developer Zombie Studios has shut down, leaving behind an official goodbye letter stating that the owners of the studio are now retiring. But don't worry, it's not as bad as it sounds. Blacklight isn't actually going anywhere. It's being passed on to Builder Box Games, a new development studio which happens to consist of some former Zombie Studios employees. And Perfect World Entertainment is still the game's publisher. Now, this might actually mean some really good things for BLR, sparking some new attention to the game, which is even better than just having the basic ongoing support for the game. And on top of that, the good news is that the employees are still employed, so basically if you look at it this way, the studio just got a name change and a potential revamp to the creativity and the devs, which, all in all, might have changed for the better. Who knows? But also on that note, it was recently announced over the holiday break that Transformers Universe is shutting down. Jagex decided to stop development and move on from the project, disabling new account creation and purchases made in-game already, with Founders Pack, Relic Bundle, or Starter Pack purchases being refunded incomplete by January 16th. To be honest, the gameplay wasn't that bad, especially the transform mechanic and feel. There just wasn't a whole lot to do in the game, and it took too much grind to unlock new Transformers without throwing a lot of money at it, and the PvP was kind of broken. So the game will be completely closed by January 31st. In other news, in Korea anyway, MapleStory 2 recently released a brand new cinematic trailer and world overview trailer. Now, the new cinematic trailer makes me think of a combination of Sims and Mirror's Edge, to be honest, with all of the social aspects and parkour going on. The world overview trailer, on the other hand, reminds me of Bomberman 64 for some reason. Although the video is spoken in Korean, both videos are fairly informative when it comes to getting a better feel for the game's features, especially for those anxious to know more about the game. Either way, they're worth checking out. Next up, we see a brand new teaser trailer pop up for Rock Hippo's Core Masters, which is a brand new MOBA game designed to keep the competition tight while minimizing frustration and focusing on the fun aspects of team gameplay. So they say. The gameplay elements have been reimagined, and currently the game features 3 different game modes that are truly different looking than pretty much anything I've seen in typical MOBAs, based on the game footage available. There's a 4v4 collection mode and a more Aeon of Strife type mode where you have to feed your tower. Now honestly, I don't really know a whole lot about the game just yet, and there hasn't been a lot of information from Rock Hippo either, other than some promotional stuff like the new teaser trailer here, and that the former esports champion, Bebe, talks about returning to competition for this game. So hopefully this isn't just another MOBA to add to the pile. After all, it is developed by NeoWiz, which is the same developers behind Bless, so we'll see eventually. Next up, we've got some cool news for eager fans of Heroes of the Storm. Lots of new skins and mounts are coming soon, new map and hero releases, ranked play, and of course the most exciting, closed beta testing, which is starting tomorrow, January 13th. And as of today, they released the new closed beta overview trailer you see playing here, going over the new content coming to the beta. And starting out, we'll see Sky Temple as the new map showing up, which was the really popular map debuted at BlizzCon. Joining the beta's roster of heroes is the great Warchief Thrall, who is a self-sustaining melee assassin, as you might have guessed. On top of that, they've made some changes to some of the existing heroes for those of you who have already been in the alpha, and if you haven't, now's the time to sign up, because they're going to invite more and more players based on the new transition. Plus, there's plenty more content and changes being made, so be sure to check out the full video from the link in the description below. Just in case you didn't catch it, this past weekend was the epic World Championship tournament for Smite with an overall prize pool of $2.6 million, letting the first ever Smite World Champions, Cognative Prime, walk home with $1.3 million as a team. Cog Prime defeated Team Titan from the UK 3-2 in a 5-game set for the overall win. The other overall win is for everyone else, as we see a brand new cinematic trailer released, which you see playing here, and awesome changes to the Conquest map coming in Season 2. The art and the visuals are the focus for this new Conquest map, including new animations for all of the jungle buffs, the Gold Fury, as well as the Fire Giant. Now you actually have to dodge his attacks, a lot more than you did before. For more details on this, check out DizzyPW's Season 2 press interview with Todd Harris. The changes are pretty impressive. And on that note, I don't think DizzyPW would go to a Smite event without giving you guys some sort of cool giveaway. So he's put together his own Smite cosplay contest to give away 5 Smite God statues from the tournament itself that include convention skin codes. Details are in the description below, but basically all you have to do is vote for your favorite cosplayer in the forum post and enter the raffle that way. Winners will be announced in next week's recap, so be sure to check that out. Now, if you're looking for something really strange to watch, you could watch the Cosplay and Esports official music video with Todd Harris. It'll probably freak you out. But anyway, guys, that's about all the major MMO news and announcements of this week. Like always, if you're looking for more information about the news topics featured in the recap, check the links in the description below. Otherwise, head over to MMOHuts.com/news for even more MMO news. Feel free to discuss the news in the comments below, or head over to MMOHuts.com/forums. And until next time, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.